Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Jennifer Becker with CSMFO, reporting live from our backstage location at the CSMFO Conference Ballroom. I'm here with our interim executive director, Margaret Moggia, and we're going to have a chance to have a little chat, find out more about her and her goals for the future of CSMFO. So we'll go ahead and get started. Margaret, tell us a little bit about yourself and your beginning with CSMFO.
Sure, absolutely. So CSMFO, didn't know much about the organization in my first few years at my former agency, and got made aware of it in 2004. So the first conference I went to was in 2004. And then fast forward to the next year at 2005, I was wandering around between conference sessions and I saw a group of people meeting, and it was the standing committees having their meetings. And they said, well, would you like to sit down? And that's how it all began. So it was just merely by an ask, and I did that. So that was with the Career Development Committee. Okay. And so I did that for a number of years and really, took some time to really understand it. A lot goes into our programming, if you will, for career development. Fast forward to, I then, I think, served on the board and did that for a number of years and got the opportunity to be a liaison to the membership committee. And so that was really exciting for me because I had done all my time, if you will, with the the Career Development Committee. And so then it gave me the opportunity to find a way to see more of what CSMFO does. Yes, we're all about training, but we do a lot with member engagement. And so then I just really fell in love with CSMFO and what we had to offer. And so I found myself well, tell me more about this committee or that committee, and trying to get involved. And so I just found myself dabbling in different committees, technology when we had one. I did stuff with the recognition committee as far as being a budget award reviewer. And so I really got really interested in that. And then served as the president in 2018. And so.
Now, which conference was the 2018? I'm trying to think back in time.
Yeah, so that was Riverside.
Okay.
So Riverside.
Oh, the Mission Inn. That was a good time.
The Mission
yes.
Inn, yeah. So what was beautiful about that place is that it just showed how much we had grown as an organization. When they had booked the place, we were thinking we were going to be at 800 people, I think, at the conference. And so we were at the convention center, staying at the Mission Inn and the hotel nearby. I think it was the Marriott. And we had outgrown it by the time we got into 2018. And so we had to start to think differently of how to present our conferences. So we had to have an outdoor lunch on one day, because we had to use the general session room as also the exhibit hall and all that stuff. And so that was pretty cool to sort of see that we has continued to have grown as an organization, and we continue to grow. I think we're at 1,700 here in San Jose. Last year we were over 2,000 in Anaheim. So we're really grown as an organization. It's great to see.
That's crazy. So we're basically at double what you expected at the conference during your presidential year.
Yeah, just a few, 7 years ago. So
wow, that's something else. And I'm going to put you on the spot through all your leadership roles in CSMFO. Do you have a favorite committee?
Oh my gosh.
No pressure.
I don't. Well, let me say, I have had a lot of experiences, and I've enjoyed every single one of them. I think everyone gives a different thing. I didn't get to do much with communications, and now I'm getting to know communications and working with you and what you do there. And I get to see a little bit more of things in my current role. And so I like them for different reasons. So I don't actually have a favorite. I mean, I spend a lot of time, I will say, in my upbringing, if you will, on the programming side, and then sort of in my middle years, if you will, with the membership side of things. But then now it's sort of I get to enjoy all of it, and I really love that aspect of it. So.
Well, you've run the gamut on all of our different roles with CSMFO. So now you're back here as the interim executive director, which is yet another new role.
Yeah.
So tell me a little bit, you came to us at a time where we really needed some leadership and someone to step in. And of course, we appreciate you being willing to do that. So what made you decide to take on this challenge?
Well, so as I mentioned, I said, hey, do you want to sit down and join our committee here back in 2005? So 20 years later, I've done a lot. And like I said, I've done chaired finance committee, I've done ad hoc committees. And so I know a lot about CSMFO because I've been in lots of different places. Never really did anything on the chapter level other than attend a lunch or whatever, and I tried to go to different chapters and sort of see where it is. But I really love association work. I say to some people I'm an association junkie. I served as president for CMTA back in 2016-17. I served on a committee with GFOA and then served on their executive board for a few years. And so I really love how to see all the pieces work together. And so when the opportunity came for me to step into this role, it feels like a natural fit because I really do kind of understand the inner workings and how we can work and collaborate better together. Mm-hmm. But also I can bring in experiences that I have with other associations as well. So
that's great. It sounds like this is really something that brings you joy and been a
Absolutely.
Great fit. So it's been about 6 months in right now, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So what has been your biggest challenge as the interim director in your time here?
So I'll say challenge, but I always think of challenges as an opportunity. Mm-hmm. The board made a decision to go out for an RFP for association management services, and they did decide to make a change at their October board meeting. And so start up in November, December, we're transitioning to our new association support team. And so just really finding out more of the inner workings, if you will, of CSMFO and what databases we use and all the different platforms we use. It's been a lot to kind of, one, understand what is our scope, and then two, trying to clean up that database. So just trying to get us on a better footing, if you will, on some of those items there so that we can really focus in on our strategic plan and our goals and initiatives from that. And so that's really what I'm excited about
that's
next.
Good.
Yeah.
And a lot of our listeners may not understand sort of the relationship between CSMFO and our support partners. So tell us some of the changes maybe that the members could expect with our new partner.
Absolutely. So we have several that work very closely with us. Harriet Commons is a great person that supports all of our programming, and so she's really very good about our logistics and really supporting us in that area. We've got MAMS for short, but they support us on our conference and all of our other events, and so those have been our staples, if you will. We've been with them for a number of years. But our association management company, which is Impact Association, is the one that began with us in January. They're here to really help us sort of streamline our processes, document our processes, but then also really be there to support us with member engagement. What kind of surveys can we do to find out what their members want and how can we deliver on that? What kind of metrics can we put together to see, hey, are we delivering on what we think we're delivering on, or are we putting a lot of effort on something that no one gets return on? So I think that's what's really exciting about what we can have with them, is that they bring a wealth of knowledge into us from their other association work that I think we can lean on to be able to see what can we do to kind of make, I love the saying, go from good to great, and when you get to great, go from that great to the next great, so I think that's what we're really going to try to do over the next year or so, is just really hone in on what we're trying to do and streamline the processes. So I think what the members will see is that we're going to have we're trying to get more information out there. So if you're looking for a core course, we're trying to get them all on the master calendar. We're trying to get those courses open sooner so you can start to register. Even if it's in November, you can start to register it now. So we're not quite there yet. We're getting there. And so that people can see where it is. The other thing I think is just trying to make sure we've got the value statements there. We've got student members, government members. We also have commercial members. And we're all here for a different reason, and so we need to better understand what those reasons are so that we can best market to them and then deliver to them what we want them to have.
That's fantastic. Certainly have your work cut out for you as we move forward. Do you have any specific goals over the next 6 months that you would like to accomplish with CSMFO?
So there's a few. One has to do with chapter resources. So, we have some new chapter chairs, and we have some chapter chairs that would love to have a new chapter chair come in and take their place. So I really want to work with them and to build up the resources. I think we did a great job a number of years ago, and just looking into that and refreshing it if we need to, or expanding on it if we need to, so that the chapter chairs feel like they're supported, and that they can focus in more about the relationship building and not so much about the logistics. We are here to support them on the logistics, and so that's what I hope that we can do. And to get to those members, if you will, that are not coming to the chapter meeting, hopefully we can draw that in a little bit more. So building out our resources better is one thing. Another area is really focusing on our strategic relationships. We have a great relationship with a number of folks. We have a number of GFOA speakers, for instance, here at our conference. What can we do in collaboration with them? Same could be said of Cal Cities or CSDA or CSAC on the county side. What can we do with them? What are they doing? What can we do? How can we work together and collaborate on those things? So that's certain areas there. We also have other relationships, either with, I'll say, non-financial. So it's our HR, our procurement, our risk managers. How can we, be aware of who they are so that we can then, make sure that our members are aware of them? Because oftentimes, as you know, we're finance managers. We just don't do debits and credits.
Yes.
We do things around payroll and pension. We do things around IT and ERP implementations. We need to know who our partners are so we can get the right message out there.
Well, that's fantastic. And with all your association experience, it sounds like you're the right person to sort of build those relationships.
Yeah, thank you.
And I certainly know, speaking as a chapter chair, I've heard many leaders say that they're the lifeblood of our organization. And I couldn't agree with that more. So I think it's fantastic that we're looking to chapters as being the resource, both for, connecting locally and then also bringing people into the organization. Because I think a lot of our volunteers, even at the board level, started as chapter chairs or chapter volunteers. So that always holds a special place in my heart too.
Absolutely.
Well, that's fantastic. And, we just so much appreciate everything you've done for CSMFO in the short time you've been here, plus all your years of leadership experience. Tell us a little bit about Margaret outside of the association world. What do you like to do for fun? Do you even have hours that are not dedicated to one of these?
So it's funny. I tell people, because I retired from my water agency after 28 years. I actually take on a little part-time job working for another special district. It's a smaller community service district, and so I do that part-time for them, trying to get them to the next level. And so I, was just doing that, and then I was asked to serve in this capacity, and so it kind of fills it in. Truthfully, I actually still work less hours than I did when I was at my former agency. So
that's not surprising.
So it's kind of a nice sort of reprieve. But so for me, it sounds funny, but I love association work. And to me, people paint, people play instruments, people do sports, they love to hike. I actually really love doing association work. So I still continue to support other associations, even though I'm not there. So I support the NIGP, which is a procurement group, on their certification program. I do some training with GFOA. So to me, I know it sounds like it's still work, but actually I don't find it work. I find it actually a complete joy in supporting those associations.
Well, what a magical thing to be able to wake up every day and do what you like to do.
Absolutely.
And,
they say
have it be both career and a lifestyle.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but there are things. I do enjoy my family tremendously. I have a husband and two girls, and so we like to spend together time with them. But my girls are grown, if you will, and so they're in their 20s and exploring their own lives, if you will. But I enjoy just really hanging out with my family and the opportunities when they come up with my friends to be able to do that with them as well. I love to just engage with the conversation about really just how to support people. I think the other thing that actually brings me a lot of joy is mentorship. I did a session yesterday on mentorship, and it was something I'm really proud of being able to bring here to CSMFO. I had experienced it over at GFOA with the Women in Public Finance Network, and I was able to see what they were doing that program. So I was able to build that program here with support of Jennifer Wakeman, our current president, but also working with Debbie Rosales, and just to figure out where it is. And now we've got others that are bringing it up with us, and so it's really wonderful to see. And so having those conversations, like I said, I find immense joy seeing the profound effect that you can have on people, and not even know that you've done it. So
well, that's amazing. I'm so glad that your family is willing to share so much of your time with us.
Absolutely.
And I attended your session on mentorship yesterday, which was really great, with Ernie, and this is a great opportunity to plug both the mentorship program and the cohort program for our members that may be listening. The deadline to sign up for those is March 21st. I was a member of one of the original cohorts, and I couldn't recommend it more highly. So
these are annual programs. So if this is something that is not your time this now, we will bring it there. But this is something that I think we see as CSMFO as another cornerstone of what we should be doing, really making those connections with people. Mentorship is a one-on-one. Cohort is a group of 20 to 30 people that we bring together to learn together and become a family together.
That's right. And you never know which one of those cohort or mentorship participants is going to become the next Margaret. So.
That's right. Absolutely. See, it could be you.
Oh my goodness. Well, I'm really happy you were able to share your time with us. Anything else you want to tell us before we wrap up this version of our podcast?
I'll just say, we all come to CSMFO for different reasons. I think, initially you start off as, I need my CPEs, I need technical training. And then you find yourself in a place where I need to make connections with people. I'm going through this issue, or how does someone deal with it? We're here for wherever you need it to be. If you have suggestions, we'd love to hear it, because ultimately in the end, this is a community of people that we really want to support. We want to find a way that we can elevate our profession. There was a study came out a couple years ago from GFOA that, every profession is having issues, but we're not unlike it. And, we need to find that next generation of individuals who may not necessarily be your students. They might be someone in your private sector that might find their way into there. How can we help them navigate this complex world of government finance? It's not easy. And so whatever we can do it here, and our conference is a great way to just learn, but also to be able to relax and just get to know each other. So again, I just say that where you ever lean into it, make the most of it. Be curious, ask questions, find yourself in a place where you can see where you can make a difference, not only for yourself but for those around you. So.
Fantastic. Well, thank you for those closing words, and I hope everybody got to enjoy a little bit of getting to know you better and seeing what the future of CSMFO holds. So
thank you so much.
Again, we really appreciate your service, and we look forward to seeing what you do over the next 6 months or so.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Take care.